Hello? Hopefully that's fixed it. That was really weird. Like, log in within. Here's the annoying bit is like that's probably stopped my stream and has then started it back up again. That's probably the annoying thing. Is that now I have to deal with the fact that like now there's gonna be like 2 VODs. God damn, I was having dropouts for like 2.5 minutes? Wait, no, that was July 22nd. Yeah, no, today, July 22nd. For 2.2 hours, I had an unstable event. Yeah, everything just dropped to 0. What the fuck was that? Hi, Goldie. Thank you for being the first one to my stream first. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing all right. That's so odd. I don't get it. Like, why did it do all that? Yeah, it was like from 8 o'clock. It was unstable for 2 minutes and 3 seconds, and then it was active again for another and then stream went down and like that. Like it looked like there was some internet problems with my ISP. Like I'm looking at my internet details, and yeah, there was like just a wig out. Like the packet loss went from like 1%, like it went from like 0, went to 1, jumped all the way up to 33%, and now it's just like that's so weird. 99.3% uptime now. Ew. Well, that's terrible. IPv6? Oh, okay, apparently IPv6 is now available on my connection. No idea what that would entail, but I'm not about to. Back to the thingamajiggy. Yes, it will do that when I'm changing signals like that. All right. Why can't I hear anything? Hold on a second. I can't hear anything on my side for whatever reason. I'm just gonna cheat and listen to like my OBS output for this thing. Yeah, give me a second. I want to get some more bullets because we're definitely using a lot of bullets in this game.
Samuel, take cover. Samuel, in a minute, we will either be free or dead.
Technology hates humans. For whatever reason.
Shit! Get on that! Samuel, stay back!
Just pick up some Oh, I'm at the max of my ammunition. Never mind then.
Holy shit! No quiero que le pase nada!
Alright. Okay.
Shit! What the hell do we do now? Keep moving! We're not gonna make it! Keep shooting! Get down! You see? No time to catch up. Move it!
Las camionetas están en camino.
Just gonna pick up all this cooler weapons. Because these ones look way better. You know, modern combat.
Look where
But yeah, that was really strange for the internet problems we were having earlier. Hopefully that's just the end of it and we can just move on with more of our Oh, okay, so we're not meant to. Alright, let's keep running.
Don't bother with that! Samuel!
Go. Hey, trucks, let's go, let's go. Onwards. Well, we made it out.
Here, Samuel, drink.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm better than good, actually.
You're dehydrated. Go on, drink.
Thank you.
So, what's next for Samuel Drake? Huh?
Jesus, what is next? I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna sleep in a real bed. Maybe find a nice warm body to sleep next to me. Track my brother down. Seems like a pretty good start.
It is. So, how long do you think it will take for you to retrieve Avery's strength?
I don't think you're gonna
Oh.
get that soon.
Get back to the States, I can resume my search.
How long?
It's kind of hard to say until I get started.
Like, he's got
You
nothing.
said you know where it is.
Yeah, I do, okay? But listen, it's not like Avery left some map with a big red X on it, okay? But I've got some very
Tengas
solid
aquí.
leads. Oh, okay. Just wait a minute. Hey, take it easy.
I like you, Samuel. More importantly, I believed you. That is why you were here.
I can get it, okay? I just need some time.
Dame un cuchillo. You see, the problem is, I'm having all of these doubts into my mind.
Hector, listen to me. I will find it. I swear.
How long?
Like a year?
6 months.
People are lazy. They always ask for more time than they actually need. 3 months.
3 months is a...
3 months. Half the treasure. Can you do it? Say it.
3 months. Half the treasure.
Now, if you run, or try to hide the treasure, or do something really stupid like go to the authorities, I'll know. And when you least expect it, I will be there. At that point, death is not a mercy I will grant you. Here.
But how will we know?
No.
How will we
Nearest
let
town.
you know when we get the treasure?
10 kilometers in that direction towards the sunrise. It's been a while since we've seen the sunrise outside, huh? Vamos.
When I find it... Then what?
Don't worry. When the time comes, I'll be there to collect. Buena suerte, Samuel.
So, Alcazar lets me go, and
Trouble.
here we are.
How many months
is
ago
bad.
was that?
We just pick up the trail where we left off, and...
Wait, trail? Sam, there's no trail. After Rafe and I escaped, he took his parents' fortune and bought up all the land around St. Dismas Cathedral. We combed that place for weeks. Avery's treasure isn't there. Not that that stopped Rafe. The moron's been digging for years, still hasn't turned up squat.
15
Really
years
surprised.
he's been chasing after that treasure then.
What does that mean?
I just, you know, happened to do a little digging of my own. And, I bet you Rafe doesn't have this.
Where did you get that?
It's really amazing what you can find on the internet these days.
It's just the St. Dismas cross.
Oh, is it? Because the one we found was broken and hollow, remember?
Holy crap, it's still intact. Avery made more than one cross.
So
And
what I
there's
was missing
something
from the one in
inside.
Panama,
It's probably still inside this one. Well, all right. Well, where is this?
Oh, this exquisite piece is going up for auction in 3 days at the Rossi estate.
The Rossi estate.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. And how do you plan on securing an invite to an exclusive, heavily
Were we
guarded
in there
black market
before? Like,
auction?
are they talking about Uncharted 2,
Don't
like,
necessarily need an
location?
invitation, per se.
Huh? Yeah. And where are you going to get the money to outbid all the high rollers? I could take a second mortgage out on my house, and it still wouldn't be enough to
You're just gonna steal it, aren't you?
try and steal it, huh?
No. We are.
Oh, no. No, man, listen, I can't. I'm out.
What?
No, I just don't do that kind of thing anymore. Besides, there are plenty of other guys that are much more equipped to handle this kind of thing.
Like who?
Like Rafe?
I don't know, like, anybody, Charlie Cutter.
No.
No, he's my
No,
go-to
no,
guy for
no,
this sort of thing.
absolutely not. I don't trust Charlie or anybody else that you've got on that phone with my life, okay? I need you on this one.
Sam, there's got to be another way.
Not with the time I got left. Certainly not with Alcazar.
Hey, hon, it's me. Yeah, listen, you're not gonna believe this. Jameson just walked in here with the permits.
You... Nate, no.
I know.
No, that's not how
Like
we
I'm
want
gonna
to do
take that Malaysian
this.
job after all.
No. She is stuck with you for a lot of things, all right? Like, no, like, Nate, no.
See anything yet?
Oh my god, Nate, you're an
A bunch
idiot.
of high-class, low-life criminals all cleaned up for prom. And no sign from Sullivan yet.
Well, there's still plenty of time.
Wait, so Victor
Looks
is
like
with
the
us?
Storage rooms in the building behind
Victor
the
is with us, but not
See it
Elena.
from up there?
Just the very top of it. Oh, I wonder what they got tucked away in there.
Let's just focus on Avery's Cross, okay?
No, you sure you don't want to pick up something for the wife?
It's cute. Just keep it simple.
Right. Simple. And it'd be a whole lot simpler if it was just the two of us.
Sam,
We could be inside already.
not cleanly.
Have you even thought about a backup plan in case Sullivan gets cold feet?
No.
Okay, that
he
is-
won't.
Or if he
Shut
got
your
caught?
mouth, Sam.
Sam, he knows the people running the auction. He's gonna schmooze his way right through that party, get upstairs, unlock the window, and we're in. It's a solid plan.
Uh-huh.
All right, fine. Good, say it.
What if he stole the cross for himself?
Not in a million years.
Victor Sullivan. Same Victor we're talking about, right?
Yes, he's double-crossed people in the past, but not us.
No, not you.
I know you two have never seen eye to eye,
Huge understanding.
but I trust him, all right? He's family. And,
Oh, don't.
I just
Sam,
need
you
to
were gone
trust
for
him.
15 years. We've had 3 Uncharted games,
Fine.
okay? I am ranking you
He'll come through
lower
for
than
us.
Sullivan.
Eventually.
But I mean, come on, you have to at least just for 1 second consider the possibility.
Fuck you, Sam. Doubting my boy.
See? Trust.
Just try to keep your tux clean.
Thanks.
Alright, here we go. Once a thief, always a thief, I see.
I can't believe I'm out. I can't believe I'm here, you mean, with you. In Italy, huh?
Yeah, me either. Just wish the circumstances were less tense, you know?
Well.
Now, the sights are a bit more enjoyable that way.
Oh. So this isn't your first time here?
No, it's more like third. Had a couple of odd jobs.
With Sullivan.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, Sam. You're not exactly top of my
Man,
trusting
there's no way up
list.
under that bridge.
Well, there's that exposed beam underneath.
Oh, you think you can rope it?
Do I think I can rope it? Watch this.
And we're gonna
watching.
screw up.
I missed.
See, it's,
See?
yeah, it's not bad. For a second attempt.
Oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. There we go.
You see that? Oh, like a pro. It's your turn.
Just
Hey, bet we can swing off that beam up there.
Definitely.
where are you? Oh, you're all the way over there. Jesus Christ, you're taking your time, Sam.
Hey, let's switch places. All right, climb over me. I've got a good grip.
Okay.
He just- I thought he would complain by me being on his back like that, but okay.
Okay, here we go. First try.
All right, no one likes a show-off.
Okay, come on, Nathan. It looks like you can climb down and make your way over.
Right behind you. Okay.
Yeah, can you get moving, Sam, please, so I'm not staring at your fucking butt?
Hold up.
Respira attraverso un tubo e forse non potrà più camminare.
Ah, bene lista.
Ehi, hai scommesso sulla partita?
Inghilterra vincente.
Inghilterra, traditore.
And they have
Non confondere
guns.
l'orgoglio nazionale con la realtà.
Okay, we're good.
Jesus, did you see him?
Lemons.
That rent thug was packing some serious heat. Should have brought guns.
Sam, we're gonna pull this off so smoothly we won't need them.
I hope you're right.
Bold. Nathan
those
causing
years.
disasters in
It's the little
ancient
things that you
cities
miss the
of
most.
lost treasure, Drake, is most certainly... Hang on. What?
All right, nearly there.
I thought there was like a conversation moment, but I guess I missed it. Didn't he fight zombies at one point? Yes, he did, Guardian Fritzer. Yes, he did. In Uncharted 1, I think, had like weird zombies.
That should hold.
And then... Whee!
All right, come on down.
Hi there, Phantom Master. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing all right. But yeah, Nathan Drake most certainly has dealt with zombies and other supernatural freaky nonsense. All of that during
Yeah, tell me about
while
it.
like trying to explore like long
So,
lost cities and shit.
Your other wonderful finds. The ones I missed. You at least take any pictures?
Yeah.
I wish. Elena filmed some of it, but camera didn't make it.
That's too bad.
I have some drawings, though. When we get back, I'll show you.
You have drawings? What, are they up on the fridge or something?
No, they're good drawings.
Can't wait.
All right. So up here then? Are we? Yep. Looks like we're going up onto this thing. And then across. Go. I'm up.
this
EP,
looks
you just got
promising.
Avatar's Frontier Frontera. How's the chat? Chat's doing all right. We had a little bit of a technical difficulties earlier with our with our stream, but now we're
Okay,
back.
there.
So we did like a
Yeah.
good
Yeah, I'm good.
2 hours before I was having network problems for whatever reason. But yeah, we're back. We're gonna keep going for like another 2 hours ish. I guess you're gonna repel up to that.
It'd suck if you missed right now.
It sure would. But I don't miss.
Good for you, Sam. What was the longest
There you go.
stream you've done? Oh, like 12 hours easily.
Thanks.
Like years ago. Like during my first or second year of streaming, you would have been there for that, Phantom Stranger. During like my first or second year of streaming, I used to spend Saturdays just nothing but streaming. Like I would basically wake up for Saturday, wake up, start a stream at 9 a.m. and I would just go at it from 9 a.m. I get to lunchtime. I would order in or something like that, like a meal from McDonald's or something. So then you would see me on a lunch break that like I would just be on a break screen where there would be like a BRB, there would be video playing and what have you. And then during that time, I would just be munching down on like a burger or something like that. And then I would get back from lunch where I would have like a packet of chips or something like that, still nomming on Phantom Master, my bad. Phantom Master. So yeah, I would just be nomming on French fries while I went through more of my stream. So like basically until 9 or 10 p.m. there was a time where I easily clocked in 10+ hour streams.
Oh, yeah.
It happened. So, but I haven't done that in like a long ass time because I can't like. Here's the thing: is like because of the fact that I'm on like a diet shake and what have you. Like I'm not really
Like
interested
400
in
million
trying to
bucks.
do like
Let's go.
like I'm not really interested in doing like super long streams. And what's more, I'm not that kind of a big streamer. So
Sully?
Know what I love about partying with a bunch of crooks?
What's that?
Nobody cares if you smoke indoors.
there he is.
Been a while.
Too long, boyo.
Damn, he's what a
You
silver
remember
fox.
my dead brother, right? Victor?
I'll be goddamned. 15 years.
Yep.
Good to see you alive, Sam.
Let's try keeping him alive by getting this cross, huh?
Yeah, about that.
What about that?
Come on, let me show
You
you something.
accidentally did 8 hours? Yeah. It's sometimes it's dual. Like I feel like more often I will accidentally do 5 or 6 hour streams. Like that's happened.
That's Avery's cross.
They brought it out of storage just before you guys got here.
They changed the lot order.
Take a whole pile of cash to make that happen.
Well, how long before they start the bidding?
10, 15 minutes tops.
Well, there's gotta be some way we can grab it.
There is just a small matter of a few hundred eyewitnesses down there.
Okay, but we just need a diversion.
Like,
Are you kidding me?
Like I don't know. But there's gotta be something.
if the guards see us making for that cross,
But they don't see us. Jesus, you guys act like you never spend time in prison. If you want something dirty done, then you wait for lights out.
Yeah.
where's that electrical panel for this place?
There's ventilation. Electrical. That's it up here. So we just have to climb up there and kill the lights.
Grab the cross in the dark.
There will be an emergency generator.
That'll give us a few seconds of darkness to work with.
Meaning we'll have to be right next to the cross when the lights go out.
So there's no way we can get that close without being noticed.
Scusate, signora.
Huh?
Antipasti?
I'm all set.
Hey,
Oh my god, Sam, are you serious?
Ciao.
Would you focus?
waiter wouldn't get noticed.
That will work.
But none of you are dressed like
All
a waiter,
All
so...
right, I'll get to the break room. Kill the power.
Meaning I'm the waiter?
You're the best pickpocket. You head down to the floor, keep your eye on the prize, okay? Let us know if anything, hinky goes down.
Roger that.
Pinky.
All right. Listen, we still got this. Ready?
Ready?
All right, follow me. We'll cut through the cellar.
Good 4 hours. My second was God of War. Didn't realize how long it was when I was trying to beat the boss.
Hey,
Yeah, no, when you get good games, Phantom Master, like, the time will, like, sort of just... It will just erase itself sometimes. It's fantastic. Alright, so let's get moving.
I refuse to believe.
Alright. So yeah, I remember I think I did Titanfall 2 during like one of my Saturday streams, so I was able to get that done, like the campaign, in one sitting. I think that one took me like 8 to 12
You
hours.
see, I thought I had a reasonable grasp of French, or at least a passable French accent.
Qingxi
But then a few months back, I
Qingxi
moved
Holdings
my girlfriend
Co.
to
Collection of Chinese
I've just
bronze,
seen those pieces we-
terracotta soldiers, terracotta archers,
You know, those hanging balls.
treasures, estate of Sir Nicholas Trot,
We walk out
a
past
wooden
that giant
crucifix with a gold silver inlay,
anyway, right?
6 gold doubloons by Captain Rackham, a jewel cutlass from Captain Rackham. Wow, okay, Sir Nicholas Trot had some money.
I know.
And then the Bach Holding had a Mask of Warka, Shanadar,
My girlfriend ordered
and the lioness attacking a Nubian.
And when she's out of
Okay.
the crep man
Cool stuff.
comes over and says,
You pre-ordered Wolverine? Neat.
Cellar's
Good
just
for
through
you.
there.
I have not pre-ordered any games so far this year.
This place is fancy.
here's the thing, Mr.
Let's go. course they played douchey European techno. Squeezy?
So, but yeah, there hasn't been any
Here we
there
are.
hasn't been any video games that I've been like super like I don't like I think so far this year I haven't pre-ordered a game.
Shit, it was open earlier.
Now what? Can we pick it?
No, it's electronic.
We're gonna have to find another way in.
And he closes the door behind him. Well, someone's gonna be pickpocketing that shit.
You see that?
Key card, back left pocket.
Yep.
I'm on it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You sure you want to do that? There's a lot of eyes out here.
I think I can handle a simple lift.
All right. Oh, real smooth.
I'm not even trying yet.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay.
And he doubted me.
And there's Sully
Bunch of the
smoking his
most
cigars.
professionals at work.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. We'll still need these.
Great.
Earpieces, always helpful.
Good luck.
We'll be in touch.
Oh wow, it's deep in their ear. Okay.
Hands in the air.
Oh.
Hi, Victor.
Oh.
Hello, Nadine. Pleasure to see you again.
Fling
Only this time,
Sullivan?
I've got the drop on you.
Well, I guess I should be glad that's not a real gun. Hardly recognize you out of your fatigues.
Yeah. You know how it is. Every once in a while, a job requires us to get all dolled up. Looking sharp, by the way.
Is that an Australian accent?
Feels so out of place here. Can't tell you what a relief it is to run into another English speaker.
Nope, that's South African.
Even if you are American.
They'll have to blame my parents for that one.
I was on my way to the bar. Can I get you something?
Yeah, scotch. On the rocks.
Be right back.
Date? You catch all that?
Yes, I did. Sounds like a lady's trying to buy you a drink.
Yeah, Nadine Ross is buying me a drink.
Nadine Ross. Wait, doesn't she own that Army for Hire? Is it called Coastline?
Shoreline.
Yeah, right. But you had a run-in with them.
It's putting it mildly. Fortunately, she does not seem to be holding a grudge.
I'm good to go here.
All right. Listen, we're all set, Sully. You,
Okay, that's
stay out of
impressive.
trouble, okay?
I'll try.
Ready?
Gotta go play Overwatch. I made
Let's
DM
do
in
it.
Discord for game suggestions. All good, Fancy Master.
Yeah, fine with
Have a wonderful time in
Yeah, burn one
Overwatch.
out of the kitchen, probably.
Then let's go find the kitchen.
Man, there's enough food down here to feed a small town.
Ah, but I wanted to explore. Hang on. There might be, like, treasure down here. This is an old building. You never know. Get tons of pottery. Also, there's a lot of, like, you know, shelves and shit like that. I feel like there might be a gunfight at some point in this area.
The hell is this? This gate wasn't on the blueprint. Locked, of course. Okay, plan B.
There you go.
See some fence up there.
let's try this door.
There we go. Let there be light.
Ow.
Got electrical in this joint.
Don't suppose you brought a... Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, flashlight would have been better.
Guess it's always a good idea to bring a smoker along. Unless you need to run.
Man, I'm starting to get a little drunk off the fumes in here.
Oh, good thing Sully's driving. Maybe the vent access is behind these casks.
That's a lot of really rare vintage.
Yeah, maybe Alcazar can just settle for some good wine.
Something tells me that's not gonna fly. Hey, should be worried that Victor's chatting up Nadine Ross. I mean, I've heard some pretty scary stories about her crew.
Yeah, don't worry about Sully. I can talk his way out of anything. Good job.
There we go. Now we're onto something.
There you go.
Nice.
This way.
Can barely see shit. Can you see anything, chat?
Yeah, I got it. No need to give me a hand or anything.
I'm holding the lighter.
Hold the lighter.
Yeah, it's hardly helpful, Sam. Oh, it's to get up here. Okay.
Okay, up we go.
All right,
Right there.
let's go.
That's smaller than it looked, huh?
A lot more dusty. Shh, shh, shh. Damn it.
Cosa portiamo a quell'odioso miliardario tedesco?
looks like my size,
Quello con il
too.
parrucchino in quella roba sul naso?
There's no shortage of waiters around here.
Sbrigati però. Sai che è questa gente?
Let's just keep going.
Back this way.
Okay.
Very convenient.
Shh. You shh.
Ucciderei quel portiere di merda! Dove diavolo si procurano tutta questa roba?
Sono pezzi rubati ai ricettatori.
Fresh air, here we come.
And as always, we check the sides and back just in case there's any treasures. Nope, nothing.
Hey, check this out. See that building with the radio tower?
You mean the cell tower?
The what? Whatever. Listen, that's the power room.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see how we get past this gate.
Climbing. We get past this gate via climbing.
Sam, up here. I'll boost you up.
All right.
Do you have to be so loud?
All right.
Good thing you kept in shape.
There you go.
Sully, we just got out of the wine cellar, heading to the power room now. How's it looking? Sully? You there? Must be a bad spot for a signal. Hopefully he's doing okay.
Bingo. Found the kitchen. And of course...
Sam, look. Maybe we can use that, find a window, drop into the kitchen.
It's a good idea. I'll boost you up and you take care of the ladder.
There we go.
Got it? Heads up, heads up.
Give him a good punch.
Buonasera.
Ma che sta facendo?
Easy on the civilians, Sam.
What? So he wakes up with a headache in his underwear. We both been there before, right?
Right.
Well, I got mine. You get yours.
All right.
All right.
Okay, let's get to the power room. Sam, you good?
Yeah, these pants are just a little bit too tight.
Yeah, well, that's the style these days.
Really? Oh, when in Rome.
Nah, because we're in Italy. I get it.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the ballroom.
Sam, you there?
Okay.
Sam?
So
Sully? Great. Guys, if you can hear me, I'm just about at the power room. Should be there soon. Ish.
soon-ish. There must be like some sort of communication block between like inside versus outside. Go. All right, and then. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
I can't believe you got away with that.
Oh, we did not.
Damn.
Oh, we had our liberty taken away for a month.
And what about the horse?
Fortunately, we had a lot of carrots on board.
Recognize someone.
No. I thought I did, but no.
When am I finally going to meet that partner of yours? Drake?
Well, that's ex-partner. Yeah, I've been flying solo for a while now. Drake's out.
Oh, like dead out?
Oh,
No.
only retired. Last I heard, he settled down, got married.
Well, then he might as well be dead, right?
Oh,
How are
Rafe.
you?
Rafe?
How long has it been? 10 years? 12?
15? Yep.
It's amazing. All these years gone by, here we are, we're still haggling over dead people's junk.
Really? Aren't you running your parents' business?
My business now.
Yeah.
But yes, that is my day job.
That is one hell of a day job. You could probably afford to buy up everything on the block tonight.
Well, sure. But what would be the point in that? And these days, I'm only looking for the good stuff. Big scores. Any advice on what I should pick up tonight?
Yeah, I think I want to bid against him. But, just between you and me, I did notice they changed the order. I think somebody might be trying to rig this auction.
Well, remember where we are. This crowd didn't get rich by playing fair.
Which is why you really need someone watching your back in a place like this.
Ah, the two of them are working together.
Well, I do hate to break it to you. You are working for an American.
We've partnered up on this one.
See. Talk about a power couple.
In a few moments, we'll begin bidding on our next item, an inlaid wooden crucifix from the Trott estate.
Well, I know when I'm a third wheel. You two kids have fun tonight.
Just hold on, Sully. How'd you find out about it?
What it is that, Rafe? Nadine, I think your partner here has had too many Bloody Marys.
Cut the bullshit, old man. I don't know how you scammed your way in here, but if you think about bidding on Avery's Cross, I can tell you exactly how you're going to be leaving in a goddamn
Rafe.
pot.
I don't know if 400. I don't know if it's worth. Like, if you're running a big business, I don't know if
Lovely
400
scene,
million of like gold and jewels in the past is gonna.
Nate?
Like, there are businesses out there that are worth like tens of billions. Also, what business is his family running before?
Okay. Power room. I can do this.
Goodness gracious, Nate. Yeah, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble shortly. You'll be out of Drake soon. Yeah, hi there, Code. Welcome, welcome.
God,
Yeah,
why
we.
did I picked the power room.
So yeah, so right now we're going through, you know, Uncharted 4. Turns out Nathan Drake, he had a brother, Sam Drake. We thought he was dead, like, you know, he thought he was dead 15 years ago, which was like around the year 2000. So, and doing a little bit of math, he was like, in Drake's mind, Sam Drake, his older brother, would have been, like, he would have thought of him dead, like, as far back as, where do you want me going next? Ah, I see. You want me going this way. He would have thought him dead, like, for 7 years since the events of Uncharted 1. So, decent amount of time, I would say, in my brain to, like, not raise the fact to Elaine that it's like, oh, yeah, I had a brother. So... probably a good thing that he didn't, like, you know, mention it, because it was like, oh, yeah, I have a brother. He died in a Panamanian prison. What were you chasing? Oh, pirate shit. You wouldn't care.
Sì. Non ci pagano abbastanza. Se dobbiamo fare anche gli elettricisti, puoi dire di no.
Ecco fatto. Oh,
Okay.
speriamo di non dover
So
cambiare.
yeah, so we're trying to get Avery's Cross right
Stasera
now.
può bastare. Ma che diavolo? Pronto? Che cosa?
Alrighty. Nothing of priceless
There we go.
nonsense
Now.
here.
Where the hell are the circuit breakers?
And he locked it.
Sam, Sully, you there?
God damn it, kid, where the hell have you been?
I made it. Had a few close calls, but...
Yeah, well, if you're gonna cut the power now, would be a good time.
Well, I'm gonna need a minute before I can reach the panel.
We don't have a minute. Rafe's about to walk out of here with your cross.
Wait, what? Rafe? Rafe is here?
Yes, Rafe is here, and as
of
right now, he has the highest bid.
Well, outbid him.
With what? I don't have that kind of scratch.
Sully, we're stealing it, remember?
Yeah, but then...
He won't.
We have 90,000. Do I hear any more bids?
Guys, if we do not get this cross, I am as good as dead.
Yeah. Well, I end up with the highest bid. We're all dead.
Sully, I need you to buy me more time.
Since we have no other bids.
Trust me.
Going once?
Oh,
Going
boy.
twice?
Screw it.
Bene, we have 100,000 euros in the room. Thank you. Do we have
That-
any other bids?
I can see Rafe down in the phone.
We now have 110,000 euros in the room.
Penny in for a pound.
That bid brings
Don't
us
worry.
to
120.
You'll be out of there in no time.
I better be.
Oh, my God.
Okay, just gotta smash the lock. Nope.
Now the bid has reached 130,000.
Oh, boy. Okay,
We are now at 140.
Nothing. Damn it.
Your bid, signore, takes us all the way to 150,000.
Gotta be something. Come on.
Man, starting to sweat bullets here.
Yeah,
Bidding
give me a
starts
sec.
at 160,000 euros in the room.
oh, shit. Like,
Signore's bid makes
Yes.
170,000.
all right, here we go, here we go.
We are now at 180,000 euros in the room.
That is a lot of money. You're getting to $250,000.
Has now reached 190,000 euros. My goodness, we are now at 200,000 euros in the room.
Oh,
Boys, I'm at the
boy.
switch. You ready?
As I'll ever be, Victor.
Just a sec.
The gentleman's speed, 210,000 euros.
500,000. Let's get the show on the road here.
Thank you. We have 500,000 euros in the room. Does the gentleman wish to bid again?
Just had me worried there for a minute, Victor. Thought I might have to kill you.
Okay. Let's ruin this asshole's evening.
Anyone else? We are going once. Going twice? Then I shall sell it for 500,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. The backup power will come on shortly.
It's gone.
Oh, he's gonna put two and two together.
Stop him! Hey, stop that guy! Fermo! What are you doing? You letting him get away? You speak... Sparisci.
Fine.
Did like all right.
Sam, tell me you got the cross.
Got St. Dismas right here. You wanna say hi?
Yeah, we really kicked the hornet's nest down here. Ballroom's locked down, security's scrambling.
Hey, Victor, where's our getaway?
Come to the driveway out front. Just follow the spotlights. I'll bring the car around.
Alrighty.
Shit.
Sbagliatevi! Chiunque sia stato non può essere lontano. Se la merce lascia la proprietà ci rimettiamo il culo! Ehi, bastardo! Spera solo spiccarti subito una pallottola in testa! Se i rossi ti beccano vivo ti impiccano davanti alla villa e ti lasciano lì per un anno!
Alright, stay stealthy.
Ho visto qualcosa che si muoveva vicino alla torre! Dobbiamo vedere tutti, cazzo! Tieni gli occhi aperti!
Easy.
Alright. We're trying to be very stealthy here, okay? We don't have guns, so we're gonna have to be very mindful. Very stealthily. Okay, so it does want me jumping across there, but the problem is that he's just there staring.
Un attimo. Shit.
Wait, don't shoot at me! I'm lost! Ah, hell!
Nathan, what is going on?
I'm being shot at.
Told you we should have brought guns.
I know.
That's annoying.
Fatti vedere!
to get a good vantage
Se
point.
riescono a svignarsela,
Non ce la faranno. Li troveremo e li riempiremo di buchi. Ma sappiamo cosa fare. Resta concentrato.
d'accordo.
How we doing, Nathan?
Yeah.
On my way. Heading to higher ground to get my bearings.
All right, see you soon.
Yeah.
C'è qualcosa lì? No, niente. Quinto.
Here we go. Oof.
Okay. Everything's fine. No one got a good look at me. Just gonna play it cool. Stroll right on out of here.
And we're gonna run into Rafe, aren't we? Oh, never mind. We run into Nadine.
You're not supposed to be back here.
Well, neither are you. But I'll tell you what, I won't tell anyone if you don't.
You have something I want, and you're going to give it to me.
Really? Well, I'm flattered, but I'm afraid I'm spoken for. Oh, if you'll excuse me.
I'm not in the mood for games. Give me the crucifix.
Lady, you're lucky I'm a gentleman. Because if I weren't...
You'd what?
All right, fine.
Yeah, you're gonna get a...
Just remember, I didn't want to do this.
Let's see what you've got. Come on, Nathan Drake.
Oh, I see my reputation precedes me.
Don't telegraph so much.
I'm just trying to make it fair.
Oh, ow. Okay, she could have broken our arm then, but okay. Oh, ow.
That's not nice.
Come here. Now hand me the artifact.
Do you know how many artifacts I've collected over the years? You're gonna need to be more specific.
Let me see if I can clarify.
Also, Nadine, like, I doubt he has it on him.
Still a little jet-lagged. How about we just call it even? Oh, son of a...
Have you had enough? Or do you want to keep being a smartass?
Well, you know, being a smartass has gotten me this far in life. Why quit now? All right, wait! It's in my back pocket.
Yeah, there's no way
Where
it's
is
in...
it?
Right there.
Oh, shit! Are you supposed to get your butt kicked? Look, she's strong, okay? Just- Did you see, like, she was ready for this thing with no business whatsoever. She took her shoes off. She's in a pantsuit. She has her arms exposed and she looks proper swole, okay? She's not like the other girls in video games.
It's lovely.
Yeah, well, it's total chaos out here. They're trying to keep it contained, but everybody's freaking out. I don't want to rush you, but hurry the hell up.
Nathan, where you at?
Good question. You?
By the ballroom. Look for this round sign thing. It's on the way.
Round sign thing. Check.
Good news is I got a gun. See you soon.
Te lo giuro.
Sono passati da qua, da questa parte.
Lassù, sull'insegna. What are you doing? What's it look like? Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Nathan! Catch!
Wait, what? Oh, crap.
Hey, I got it!
shot.
Nice shooting! You all right? Yeah, hanging in there.
I can't get to you from here. You got a way down?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'll meet you at the driveway. Just head towards the ballroom.
All right, see you there.
l'aria! Figlio di puttana! Sappiamo che sei qui da
Victor,
qualche
I'm kind of
parte.
stuck here. Any ideas? The fastest way is through the ballroom. You said the ballroom's locked out. Yeah, well, now that they know it's you guys, they cleared the place out. All right, ballroom it is. You get that, Nathan?
Yeah, got it.
Ma che...
Ow.
Giro attorno. Facciamolo fuori.
There we go. Where to? We're trying to head to the ball. Are you supposed to get your butt kicked? Again? Like, actually, no, I already answered that question, haven't I? Yeah, I already did.
Okay, almost to the ballroom.
Nathan, I'm pinned down in here. I could use a hand.
On my way, Sam. Oh, good.
And we use this, we can push it forward. We're doing okay now. Nice. Yeah, we're doing better now. Oh, shit.
Aspetta. Ehi, ho visto qualcosa.
There we go. Stealth first, ask questions later. We're doing a lot better now with our, There we go. Okay, so you go all the way back to the what's-my-whoozie when you do that. Nice, nice, nice. Right, here we go, here we go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, nice.
Christ, Nathan! Hey, how's it going?
I think I'm done with this auction, huh?
Oh, yeah. Me too.
All right, boys, change of plan. Too many people trying to leave. The driveway's all jammed up.
Shit, what's our backup?
There's that fountain just outside the ballroom. I'll meet you there.
Got it. Let's go. Sully, we're running out of time here.
Hold on, kid. Nearly there.
Going somewhere? Oh, no, you don't.
Almost there.
Unless you're driving a hearse, you better hurry.
I'm kind of surrounded by people right now, Sam. I'm not exactly a, running out of luck as well.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, thank goodness. Drive, Sullivan!
Hang on!
Okay. I hope I don't go to hell for this. Shit. What? It's empty.
What? Oh, you're such an asshole.
It's your brother. All right, skull and crossbones. Very good sign.
It's Avery's insignia. What is this? Hodie mecum eris in paradiso.
Today you will join me in paradise.
It's
cool.
what Jesus said to Saint Dismas on the cross. Right. But what about these numbers here? What do you make of this?
Some kind of code. Or a phone number.
Come on. The dates.
Huh?
Look. 1659.
It's the year Avery was born.
1699.
Let me guess. The year he died.
Well, by most accounts, yeah, but it means we have date of birth, date of death, and paradise. Which means we're looking for Avery's grave.
St. Dismas's Cathedral.
Wait a second. Hasn't Rafe been scouring that site for ages already?
Yeah, the cathedral. See these symbols?
Yeah.
These are found on old Scottish gravestones.
Right.
Right? Now, look at this. layout of this place is really unusual. Here's the cathedral, but the graveyard is way over here.
Rafe's been focusing on the wrong area.
Exactly.
Guys, we're going to Scotland.
Wait up. You do realize that Rafe knows you're coming?
Yeah, we can deal with that when we get there.
Look, that psycho would like nothing better than for you to show up. Plus, he's got Nadine and a whole army to back him up.
Yeah, but he doesn't have this. The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
It's also within
I thought
his.
this was about saving Sam.
It is. But come on, it's both, right? We need the treasure so we can save Sam.
How is Elena cool with all this?
Oh, she don't know.
Jesus, kid.
Look, it's just not that simple.
Look, with all that you two have been through together,
she wouldn't understand this.
You are not giving her enough credit.
I can't.
You are absolutely right, Sullivan. You are absolutely right. Like, it took 3 games and Sullivan figured it out.
Rafe's involved now, and I can take this on my own, really.
Thank you for the hyper himbo, Zachariah.
Thank you for your
I am
input.
so annoyed with Nate. He's lied to Elena.
Hey, it's me, yeah.
Sullivan, you silver fox. You understand. It took you 3 games and you understand Elena was a choice woman.
Something on your mind, dear?
Look, I realize it couldn't have been easy. All those years away. And I'm sorry for what happened to you. But it's not his fault.
I never said that it was.
It took a long time for him to get out of this game.
You see a gun to his head? He chose this. Okay, he's meant for this life.
Okay.
You really believe that?
That is, you forced him into
Why are
it
you
with
here,
your
Victor?
death. Or with the threat of your
Guess
death.
somebody's got to keep an eye out for him.
No, I'll just see you in a few more weeks. Yeah, I will. Okay. I love you too. Bye. Just told her that the job was going to take a little longer than expected, which is the truth. Right?
That's... No, that is not how this works, Nate.
Sam could still use our help.
Well, I do hear that the weather is particularly fine in Scotland this time of year.
Oh. Rafe's really going all in, isn't he?
Well, they're all concentrated around the cathedral, so that's good. Because we are going to have that graveyard all to ourselves.
Yeah. Hi there, Zach. How's it going, by the by?
Hey, listen, we're good to go here.
Okay, kid. Happy hunting.
Nice chance to come with.
Yeah, well, unless you can find me an escalator, I think I'll pass.
He's old.
All right. See you in a few.
Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
Just bring me back something shiny, will you?
That's the plan.
Well, let's go pay our respects to Captain Avery, huh?
Scottish Cathedral. Strange place to bury your treasure, no?
Well, not really. I mean, by the time Avery would have sailed here, the place was already abandoned.
I guess that's true. Plus, with the massive bounty on his head, it'd be a good place to hide. So, what happened between you and Rafe?
Nah, I couldn't deal with him. I'm pretty sure he'd had enough of me.
I feel like we need more detail, because, like... Is it just a case of Rafe was fucking insane? Is that... I can totally believe that. Yeah, alright, looks like we're going this way.
I was still coming to grips with the death and with his frustration from not finding the treasure. I'm pretty sure he was ready to kill me by the time I bailed.
Imagine what he want to do to you now.
Hey, this should hold.
Good call.
Looks like he started excavating around here.
The hell is all this?
It's excavation equipment.
Shoreline?
What?
Look. I thought they were just by the cathedral. Oh, shit! Get out!
Got one! Hey, cover!
Got him!
Okay, we're good.
Not really, because
Nice to meet you too,
Shoreline's here.
Shoreline. Seems like they were expecting us.
And like they're searching away from the cathedral.
Which means we should get to that graveyard pronto.
Exactly. What is this place?
The monks had several living quarters. Main one being by the graveyard, of course.
Location, location, location.
Now, what do you bet? Hey! Dynamite!
Be careful with that stuff, huh?
Hey, got the door open.
That was very loud. Hopefully they didn't hear us.
Hopefully we just blend in with the other explosions. Look, there's a way up through the roof. It's too high for a boost, though.
Well, let's find something to climb on.
Yeah.
Oh, this crate.
Hey, we can use this to climb out of that building. There you go. Take that, door.
You're pretty good with that stuff.
Well, I've blown a lot of shit up over the years.
Yes, you have, Nate. You have blown up so much shit like you wouldn't believe. We've gone through 3 games of this. Now, hopefully, we climb through all the other explosions.
Shoreline, hide!
Let's go full sweep, eh?
Over here! Someone blew this door open.
No way I should.
Right here! They're on this!
Okay, that was annoying. That's annoying. I was trying to do like a stealth, like grab him from the thingy, but that didn't work.
Let's go full sweep, eh?
Wait.
Hey!
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a lot of disturbance. Not really doing the best at this whole, like, stealthing thing, I'll be real with you,
Get out of here before anyone
but,
checks in on them.
you know, this time I didn't die, which is good. Would love to get a hand with this, Sam. Like, we probably could push this way easier if there was more than one of us pushing this thing.
There. Come on, let's go.
There we are.
Got it.
Oh, careful.
Easy.
I can hook that. There. Whew. All right, you think you can do that?
What are you talking about? I taught you that move.
All right, let's see it then.
There. You see?
That was clumsy.
Nope, never mind. That did not work out as well as I hoped. Oh. There we go. I was wondering where he was, like, where the next
Sam,
step was.
There's a ladder just out of reach.
Hey, hold up. I'll come over. All right. Give me a boost.
All right, here we go. Hopefully the ladder gets longer. That would be really nice. I would very much appreciate that.
Come here. I'll pull you up.
There we go.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Thanks. All right, there it is. One storm. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Don't jinx us.
Oh yeah, that's always
We
happened,
go. Ah! Whew. Burns a little.
Huh. Those are fun. I could do this all day.
Double to wipe them out. You go where the money leads you.
That's cold.
It gets colder. I'm gonna take a leak while you educate our young recruit here.
So what happened next? Did he put down the revolt?
With our help, he kept it at bay. But once money ran out, well, there's no reason for us to stick around anymore.
And the general?
Didn't even last the night.
Cold bastards.
As Nadine says, business is business.
Whatever gets
Get
us
the
more
left
action.
one. I got right.
Could use a good coup right now.
Tell me about it.
Gonna have to do better than that, fellas.
Let's see if we can keep this up.
You two done prepping the site?
Cemetery's ready for rich boys' visit.
They're not slowing down, are they?
Lady wants the results. She wants them yesterday.
Have they found anything?
Heard they uncovered some stuff, but I don't know the details.
Oh!
I'm trying to be proper stealthy right now instead of like my normal run and gunning nonsense, so. Oh, thank you, Sam. Alright, cool. So, I need to be on this side then. Okay. Alright, so two of them there. Way first.
Shit. What was that?
Got your back, Johnny.
I got them here! On the bridge!
I was doing so well earlier.
That was kind of hairy.
But we got through it.
Come on, let's get a move on.
Oh, nice. Really cool looking weapon. Oh, it's a... So close. We were so close to doing that, like, proper stealthily. That would have been... I swear to you, chat, I've done stealth games before. Getting absolutely whacked. Okay.
Right beyond those walls.
Cool. Still gonna take a minute and a half to get there.
Here we go.
Where did this prick arsehole get off?
Easy, bro.
I nearly blew my goddamn arms off only to get chewed out by that prick. I should have popped him.
The guys fronting our entire crew. What do you think Nadine would do to you?
I was following her order.
Still, what do you think she'd do?
Turn me inside out.
Exactly. Take some deep breaths and go walk it off.
Stroppy prick. Thinks he can tell me how to do my job.
The American sure isn't making any friends.
Yeah, as long as his money's good, that's fine by me.
You think Drake's gonna show up?
Nadine seems to think so. I'd love to see him and his crew make an appearance.
That goes for all of us.
Shit, they almost had us.
That's not... Like, it's three of them. Like...
All right.
Okay, cool. I can just fall on
All
them.
right,
That's enough.
let's keep going.
I was worried I had to, like, press a button prompt and not... It wouldn't be just, like, a convenient fall, but okay. Did it. Alright, okay. I think I see what it wants me to do. I need to... Alright, give me a second, give me a second. I need to, first off, jump across to here, and then jump across to here, and then I can do this. There we go.
This way! Nice!
There we go. And then... Phantom! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Senri Duragram, Dangriel, Joe couldn't think of a name, Todd Foxoptic, and the Ice Bear Popsicle.
Catch your breath.
You don't have to deal with any advertisements, and you get to utilize all of the... Wait, where's my button? You don't have to deal with any advertisements, and you get to utilize all of these cool emotes. Hopefully the button worked. Did the button work? Why didn't the button work? Why didn't my button work? Yeah, GrantZeebs to the channel. There we go. That's what we want. Yeah. All right.
Choice. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh,
Okay.
There we go.
If he did it, I can do it.
Oh, what in the world is going on with my... There we go. That's working better.
It's better than bungee jumping.
Have you ever been bungee jumping?
No, but I'm sure this is better. So, this is what you've been up to all these years? Jumping around ruins?
Yeah, that and getting shot at. Blown up. Punched. Kicked.
All right, I get it.
Knifed. Drugged.
A lot of problems. There we go. Nate needs a new hobby. He had a new hobby. He was just doing some fun little, like, undersea recoveries and shit with his wife.
That's that.
Knife and home and everything, and then they just,
Still gotta climb higher to cross the river.
you know, Sam decided to get back into his life and ruin it all.
This is full of gravel.
Alrighty, here we go, here we go. Oh boy. Nearly missed that one, but we did it. Night Night Phantom, thank you for your cuteness, bro. Good. All good. But yeah, thank you for coming along and gifting the subs. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully some of those viewers that got a sub will join the stream more often so they don't have to deal with advertisements.
I got it. Go.
Yes. Come on, let me through. Let me through. There.
And we're here.
Yes, we are. Jesus. Look at this place.
Welcome to the St. Dismas Dormitory. Alleged final resting place of one Henry Avery.
Nice.
Let's find that grave. It's like the scroll from the cross.
The dates aren't right.
Well, one down and a hell of a lot to go.
1659, 1699. All right.
Okay. Cross cutlasses, skull and crossbones, and the date 1659 to 1699. We find a tombstone with all three, and we're in business.
Well, let's desecrate some graves.
Let's.
Not this one.
Huh. Data's correct, but the swords are upside down.
Ah, okay. Nah, wrong date. What about this one? Oh, did I get it right? Hey, I got it.
So is the year.
Benjamin
come here.
Bridgman.
Where'd you find it?
Benjamin Bridgman. That's Avery's alias. Something odd about this skull, though.
Can it
Like
rotate?
it doesn't belong to the stone.
Well, what's odd about it is that's not Avery's sigil.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, the skull should be facing sideways.
What is that?
My God.
Damn,
Ready for
Avery.
this? Oh, I've been ready for a long time. Let's see what we got.
How do people in the 17th century make this kind of shit?
Hidden behind a secret door?
I assume the secret door was added afterwards.
To hide his loot.
Well, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. No, don't tell me magic. Undead pirates, that's my theory. In the third game...
Oh. Gang's all here.
Yep.
Jesus.
But yeah, like, in the first game, it was like, yeah, we had like the weird, like, disease thingamadiggy from the El Dorado, from the El Dorado, what's Mahuzi?
Avery sure had a thing for St. Dismas, huh?
Well, Avery fancied himself a good thief, right? Only plundered and murdered the non-British he...
So, like, you know, in the first Uncharted, we basically went to El Dorado and we found like a thing that would cause like, you know, some crazy diseases and what have you. So like, you know, a bit of a supernatural element that did like undead people or like monsters, what have you. Then in Uncharted 2, they got like, instead of having it be like, you know, this crazy giant sapphire, it was in fact resin that made the, that made like, you know, the super strong people, which is how we got like those natives that were like, you know, pretending to be Bigfoot and shit like that. The third one didn't really have that much of a supernatural element to it. Like you had hallucinogens, but that was it. Like there wasn't like a supernatural element or something like that to it beyond just the hallucinations.
Guess that's
which
what
I feel like
was
is just a
good back
cop
then.
out for like, oh, we
Good
don't
enough.
want to like allude to supernatural shit or, you know, like we don't want to allude to like, you know, greater than what we're currently experiencing sort of thing until
Some kind of lamp. Hey, Smokey. Need your lighter over here.
so yeah, the third one would have been nice to have like a little more supernatural element to the whole
As much as it hurts your lungs.
because they were
Thank
talking
you,
about
Father
gin
Duffy.
and shit like that. So I thought there would have been like, you know, some peeps.
Isn't that something?
The light's coming from the other side of the wall.
Ooh.
Let's see here.
Ah, I can aim the lights.
I am loving this.
Hey, here we go.
That looks right.
Oh, connect the dots. I think you got that one.
This is a fairly easy puzzle.
Nathan, that's it, you got it.
Nice. Hey, Freckles! You can't be going stealing my shirt! My girlfriend's gonna lewd on me! He's gonna... Ugh, like... Darn you, Freckles!
Looks like a constellation.
Yeah. That's Libra. The scales of justice.
Hey, that's my star sign,
A
Libra.
bunch of pirates.
Welcome, welcome, Freckles. How goes it? How goes all the arting and what have you?
Okay, let's give this a shot.
Twist. Glued on you even with the shirt on.
Open sesame.
I just can't
Wrong
win.
treasure.
Shush. Well, nice view. No treasure, though.
But it will lead us
No,
to the
but-
next clue.
Look, you see those crosses?
Oh, yeah. Is that a cave right below?
Yeah, I think Avery's trying to tell us where to go next.
Lot of it goes. I'm waking up at the
There's
moment.
one
All
problem.
good, all good.
Going back that way means we have to go back toward the cathedral.
And back towards Rafe. Shit. Well, let's not keep him waiting.
Alrighty. Let's get through this. Hopefully we don't have like more of Rafe's men to deal with before we get there. I'm not hearing anyone.
Shit.
Okay. We got a problem.
Anybody heard from a scout party up here?
Nothing. You think we have guests?
I wish. The storm's been messing with the radios. Practically useless. If we don't hear back from them soon, I'll go check it.
Hang on.
Let's make a grid, gentlemen.
Okay, so they will be aware of
Watch yourself! Another guy down over here! We know you're out there!
Okay, we're probably not going to be as stealthy as we were with just the 3 men.
Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah, he might be here.
Nothing over here.
Nothing.
Go check over there. I've got this stuff. Sure thing, man.
Alright. Can I actually... So there's 2 of them there.
How about you?
Nothing here either.
I'll look over here. You go over there.
Roger that.
Alright. So they're spreading around.
Shit. What was that?
Nice! Good work, Sam.
Sam.
Oh! We can just avoid them! Oh, that's This is a new thing. Nice. Okay, I like that. I like that you don't have to like actually get rid of everyone in order to like progress to the next thing. That's pretty cool. I like that.
And that's how it's done.
Nice work. Oh, that's awesome. Now we don't have to like, you know, deal with like if we know where like the
Great. Can't hope to find a treasure here, but it's never that easy, right?
It's been my experience.
Plus, there was that cool constellation.
Yeah, it was cool. Wow.
These are
pretty spectacular.
Cool formations, like in Scotland and what have you.
Kid, what's your status?
Hey, Sully. We're on the trail, but treasure's closer to the cathedral than we originally thought.
Oh, boy. So what do you need me to do?
Just keep those engines warm. We'll be back before too long.
You got it. Keep me posted.
Will do.
So yeah, that was kind of cool that we were able to. And my seat has started sinking. Why is it started? I've got a chair. I'm gonna be replacing this chair, this like secret lab chair, with like a proper what's-a-mahoozy oh, hello.
Control up ahead.
I hear him.
You, of all people, should appreciate the downtime. Nobody wants another Port Moresby on our heads.
How about don't talk if you weren't there, eh? Everything's called a massacre nowadays to generate funds.
We don't need that kind of press.
We don't need rival companies stepping into our jobs.
You know what? Forget it.
Why'd you bring it up then?
What have we here?
Whatever.
Very piratey.
Ooh, nice. And a treasure. Slip joint clasp knife. These look cool, but I am always worried that because of like the slip joint, like I'm worried that if I'm holding it like with my fingers like on the inside part, and then if I like if the clasp doesn't lock, I'm worried that the thing will just scissor on top of my fingers and cut them off. Like this is cool, but I don't trust like the locking mechanism. Hey!
What the?
Man down! Man down! We have company! I want a search started. Now!
I do want to fire this pistol and see how it goes. Hang on a second.
Nice shot.
There we go. God, the flintlock
I guess there's
is...
no getting away from these guys.
Yeah, and there'll only be more as we get closer to the cathedral.
Okay. Oh, another treasure? Pewter singing bird box. Nice.
Nathan, found a ladder over here.
Okay, coming.
All right, swap back to this thingy.
Here we go.
All right.
Come on, I'll boost you up there.
All right.
Hi there, Star Guardian. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, so you think we're gonna get undead pirates in this game?
I'm too high to reach you. Yeah, hang on a sec.
Hanging.
See what's by that wooden structure over there. Hey, I got something. Yep, we go.
Nice.
Christ, this thing's heavy.
What exactly are you doing?
Giving you a way up. That'll support even your weight.
Ah, thank
Nice. Undead pirates, or maybe pirate ghosts. Or my third, a mechanical tinker robot. Pirates.
You don't think the
Ooh,
monks know this?
that
No
would
way.
honestly be a pretty
kind of
cool
pulley
looking
system.
design. Just like
To lift
some
a whole bunch of
clockwork.
treasure?
To lift something.
Just some like clockwork, clockwork pirates.
Oh, so romantic.
All right, so where do we go from here then? Like, do we go across like this? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Oh, yep, there we go.
Hey, we can climb this!
There is some very interesting, like, traversal we need to do. And I think it's kind of helpful that there's always that, like, little, like, you know, polished, like, edge faces and what have you. I think that is actually very helpful.
Okay, maybe this wasn't such a good idea! No!
So yeah, because like if I tried doing this in Uncharted 1, I would be so confused as to where they want me to point, and I would
around the corner.
And I would need those
That was amazing.
Right.
Save your strength, huh? Not done yet. Just lead the way.
Oh, I see where we need to go. Nope, no, I do not. Nope, that's death.
Okay, maybe this wasn't such a good idea! No!
Oh, it's because of that thing.
That was
There we go. I didn't see that earlier.
Hope this holds.
There we go.
Oh! This was a good idea!
That's... Oh, come on. You would have been able to... No! Oh, shit. You would have been able to make that a proper jump.
I have a real knack for breaking things, especially cliffs.
Yeah. Laugh it up.
Hey, you okay? Yeah. Like I was just saying. Yeah. Now, hold on, I'll see if there's another... Oh, shit! Sam! I guess it's not in the family, huh? Maybe so.
Oh, nope. Damn it.
You okay? Yeah. Oh, you got it.
Also, it must be so freaking cold right now, being at the edge of like a...
Out of something after all those years in Panama. Hold on. I'll help you up.
There we go.
There you go. Where would you be without me, huh?
Probably at home. Drinking hot cocoa.
What are you, 5?
Oh, tell me you wouldn't go for some hot cocoa right now.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
Hot cocoa would be nice. I will
Here we
put
go.
that on the to-do list.
Jesus.
rolling in fast. You've been in South Sudan too long. Unlike you having all we're
Getting closer to Rafe. I know.
Okay, so he's checking boxes. Ooh, another cave. Ah, if we wanted like a cool shotgun. Alright, you, we're gonna get rid of you real quick if we can.
Wait.
Damn it! Okay, I can't have my hands on... Alright.
Nathan.
Oh, we can probably avoid all of them and go through that cave there. If only I had a silencer on this. Hello there, Flatboyon. Lol, how's the sleep schedule? Fuck, I don't know what sleep is, bruv. You doing all right?
Hang on. What the?
I'm guessing you're in having a much different kind of sleep right now. Or
All right,
you're just having a much different, like, sort of hours for your sleep. Alright, so...
Shit. What was that?
Alrighty. So far, so good. They haven't suspected a thing.
Nothing yet.
We're being very uncharacteristically stealthy for this. There we go.
Careful.
Yeah.
Stable after the blast.
Who does excavation with dynamite?
Mercenaries. I think Rafe would know better, though. Hey, Sam, help me with this.
Yo, what if it's the only thing holding the tunnel up?
Then I'll apologize. Right?
Come on. And there we go. I probably need to like, we'll see how far we go in this chapter, or if it will reach the end of the chapter.
There, see? No problem. For once.
But worst case, but yeah, we'll go for just a little bit longer, because this is, and we are entering like kind of late into the evening for me personally, and really I'm going to need to, you know, end stream. Even though we did have like that technical difficulties like 2 hours in at first, but you know. Whee! There we go. And then, okay, so if we wanted to like swing back,
Hey,
we could.
Be extra careful on these. No, crap!
Oh my
Remember,
God.
extra careful. Thanks. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Nice. Water wheel for power, elevator system, perhaps? All right, cool. Now I know where all the keys are. I'm just hanging out, decided to start another arcane library run, now that you know where all the keys are. Oh, arcane library, like, wait, what's that?
Dogs picking up. How's it looking?
We're about to head into the cave.
The cave?
Yeah, might lose contact for a bit. Don't get too worried.
All right. I'll keep the porch light on for you.
All right. Call you soon.
All right.
We made it. It's quite the detour. Those shoreline assholes were right next to this cave.
Yeah, but I think we're the first ones in here.
Ooh, baby.
Come on, through here. God, I didn't eat a big breakfast.
Creepy St. Dismas statues? Check.
Carved stairs? Check.
Nathan, I think it's safe to say we're in a pirate cave.
Oh, that's cool.
A door?
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, looks like a door.
Check this out.
But I think we need something in there.
A little slimy. There's a handle in here or something.
Well, give it a pull.
Yeah.
What? Could be a
This
trap.
is how you lose an arm.
In there, what's the worst that can happen?
I lose my hand?
So we'll get you a nice hook. Give it a pull.
Please do the joke and scream.
All right, here we go.
Oh, you're in a library. There's books everywhere. You put the books back in their correct order, in their correct shelves. Magic is available eventually.
Pretty interesting.
It's a book sorting game. Ah, okay, okay.
For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits. To those who prove false, behold your grim fate.
Yeah, well, I guess Avery was a better pirate than a poet.
This isn't Avery's.
What do you mean?
Look,
It's got a different insignia.
It's the Rhode Island pirate.
Thomas too.
Yeah, but it can't be him. I mean, this is clearly his sigil, but two died attacking the same treasure fleet as Avery.
Yeah, well, at least that's what the stories tell us.
Maybe
This
they all
really
work
is
together.
Two's mark, then that means he's involved in all of this. How?
Fun is the wrong word to describe it. It's more consuming.
So who do you think these guys are?
Those who
false, I
prove
guess.
worthy. All right, so we're at chapter 9.
Thomas,
We
too, was
just
trying to scare us.
Good thing we're jaded treasure hunters.
yeah.
Good thing.
All right, I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna call it. So I'm gonna call it here. We're at the start of chapter 9, because we'll pick this up. We'll pick this up next week. Okay, I am like, this is such a huge, like, you know, elevation in terms of like fidelity and like, you know, visual quality. I'm a little interested in the story. Like, don't get me, I love pirates. I love the piracy. Like, you know, thingamadiggy, don't get me wrong. Absolutely am interested in this. I wonder what the supernatural element is going to be for Uncharted, because normally there's a little bit of a supernatural element when you go through the Uncharted games. I love piracy. exclamation point. For those of you that are like subscribed or moderators, you can do exclamation point quote. So like quote me. Hang on. Quote me. I'm calling it's going to be magic. All right. Okay. All right. So you think it's going to be magic. I like the idea of the Clockwork Pirates, but I'm not too sure what the like, because we haven't exactly gotten like a little indication as to like what magical thing their like treasure is. What classic quotes aren't good enough? I love. No, because like, hang on. Because you can do no, hang on. I have a command on like, you know, so there we go. Exclamation point quote or add new ones with quote space at. Hopefully that's the correct way to do it. I'm hoping that is the correct way to do it because they did change oh yeah, no, actually I do need to change that because it needs to be alrighty then. But yeah, that is going to be it for me tonight. I will be picking up on more of this next week. Don't get me wrong. There won't be a stream this Friday because this Friday I'm going to be on a date with Artemis. We're going to go watch some like lovely musical. So yeah, you're not going to see me for a whiles, quite frankly. You will see me back online Sunday morning. Sunday morning, I'm going to be going through Diablo 3 with Code the Yoshi and Velk. So you're going to, you know, you're going to be able to see me there. Girls are icky. Says you. All right, let's see who is online and who we can go and raid. We got someone in the Philippines also playing through Uncharted, it seems. We got Ray Solar doing some art. Let's see. It looks like we got someone doing some first-person shooter stuff in Battlefield 6. But I kind of want to put you into something like relatively calming. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into, let's see here. Who am I following right now that's online? So the Yoshi is going through Final Fantasy Tactics, so you know what? We're gonna go raid into Code the Yoshi while they do some Final Fantasy Tactics. So here we go. Give me a minute. I have enough bits to steal Code's shirt on Sunday. Nice. Well, we're gonna go raid into Code the Yoshi, so then that way, you'll be able to like watch their stream and what have you. We're gonna go with the short and sweet himbo raid. If you are not subscribed, that's okay. You're welcome to use whatever other kinds of emojis that you want. I will be using mine. And otherwise, thank you everyone who came along to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. I will be back online Sunday morning, which will be a lot better for some of you American viewers. I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. And if I don't do any impromptu streams between now and Sunday, and if I don't see you Sunday morning, hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. Bye-bye.